As New World opens its shores to shipwrecked adventurers this week, it can feel like a daunting task for new players to get started in Aeternum. From figuring out what faction to choose to which weapons to specialize in, there are a lot of options thrown at new players in the opening moments of Amazon's MMO. Here are 5 ways to help get started on your own path in Aeternum. New World is, fundamentally, a game centered around its combat. From fighting corrupted enemies around an otherwise idyllic lake, or taking on another player during an outpost rush, combat is at the core of what you'll find yourself doing in New World. Understanding how combat works is key to success. As with new MMOs on the scene, New World is an action combat game that doesn't rely on myriad skills to power through these moments. Instead, you'll mix light and heavy attacks, all the while blocking and dodging your foe's thrust while waiting for an opening. It's got a Dark Souls feel, as it's a bit more reactive than, say, ESO. However, these initial attacks are only part of the equation. Throughout your journey in New World, you'll also spend your time leveling up weapon skills to fully kit out your player. Since New World is classless, which weapons you choose as well as how you decide to play them will define your role in a group. You can choose from the life-giving, aptly named Life Staff to heal your friends and damage foes, or if you're the tanking type, you can go all in on a great Warhammer to swing around like your Ajax Reborn. How you choose to play is up to you. To help unlock more weapons and armor, New World prioritizes its crafting, and it makes sense considering New World's survival game roots. Everywhere you look, there are things you can gather from tree branches, flint rocks, to even the skins off the randomly generated boars that roam the forest. Even if you don't fancy yourself a master crafter, gathering these materials early and often can be key to both working the economy and improving the various settlements around Aeternum. Many quests, especially town improvement board quests, have you gathering materials, and as with anything in New World, the more you do something, the better your character will become over time. Having a hard time finding an iron node? Don't worry, eventually you'll start to see them populate your compass as you level up your mining skill. Need one more turkey before you can turn in a quest? That too will start to appear, making it a bit easier to track as you progress in New World. Exploration is key to surviving in New World. Unlike other MMOs, there isn't a transit system in Aeternum. For some reason, horses and other beasts of burden never survive the journey. As such, you'll spend much of your time running from settlement to settlement, quest marker to quest marker. While exploring New World, you'll uncover secrets such as fast travel spots throughout each region to make things a little bit faster for you if need be. You'll want to avail yourself of the services at an inn in each major town too, as it can be a fast way to get back and turn in all those tasks and quests you've picked up previously. Additionally, you can make a camp that acts as both a travel spot and respawn point, meaning if you meet your untimely end, you're not having to trek all the way back from a settlement. Simply pop back up off your bedroll and keep going. New World is an open-world PvP game at its core. The very fabric of how the settlements work is woven into the 3-faction war that tears Aeternum apart, which serves as the basis for its PvP system. And while World PvP will influence every aspect of New World from settlement taxation to which faction controls the most regions, Amazon smartly doesn't force you to participate completely. Before you leave a major settlement, you're able to toggle yourself for PvE or PvP. Setting PvE will limit some of the faction quests you can do, but you won't need to worry about being ganked by a group of players while trying to hunt that last stag you need to turn in. However, if you like the challenge and want to get your hands a little bit dirty, you can turn PvP on, but the moment you leave the settlement, you won't be able to untoggle it till you're back within the safety of its walls. Participating in PvP allows you to take part in game modes such as Outpost Rush or even the faction sieges that take place in each settlement once a faction has built up enough rep to challenge the ruling company. PvP is intrinsically tied into New World's DNA, but it really isn't required to enjoy yourself. Each player will have a main scenario questline to go through once your journey starts in Aeternum, which will eventually unlock some of the more advanced mechanics and encounters in the game, including its dungeon expeditions. However, these aren't the only ways you can quest to make an impact on both your XP bar as well as the world around you. Each settlement has a town board where you can pick up tasks to help improve the settlement itself. These can range from gathering 25 wood to help build an upgraded kitchen, or procuring the meat from the various conies around the region to help feed the populace. In addition to these town board quests, there are also a few NPCs in each town that can give you tasks to accomplish, from culling a farmstead of corrupted individuals to seeking out the riches hidden in an old ruin down the road. Factions themselves also have their own set of quests you can accomplish, many of which will be repeatable. Factions have their tasks broken down for PvE and PvP, meaning if you flag for the latter, you'll have more opportunity to level up your character and boost the faction rep in the region. You'll want to quest and quest often, just not for your own personal experience growth, but also to earn reputation within the region, which can confer bonuses as you quest there. These can include anything from increased XP to lowering the taxes on crafting in the settlement. This list barely scratches the surface of what you can do when you start up New World for the first time, as there are many possibilities and directions you can go the minute it stops holding your hand after landing on the shores of one of the various starting zones. How will you spend your first moments in Aeternum, and what advice would you give to new players who find themselves shipwrecked on the Eternal Isle? Let us know in the comments.